Alright, what is going on, everyone? This is going to be a very long playthrough, hopefully. How is it going, Neo? Anyone else out there? So, this is probably one of the longest games I've played that wasn't like an MMO or something like that, even though this kind of is. Let's see here, let me get my sound up here. I'm doing alright. So, this is Xenoblade Chronicles X. This is only on Wii U. It needs to come to Switch already, but it's not, so I am playing on my Wii U for the first time in a very long time. And I had to make a new account, just so I can not delete my old game. So, we're gonna spend the first bit with character creation. Disable power down for Xenoblade Chronicles X, and disable your Wii U remain active for as long as the game is loaded, regardless of your current system settings or controller inactivity. We're gonna enable it still. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hey, Bowler, what's up? Playing online? Yeah, I'm not gonna be online. I love this game too. So we're just gonna watch the intro here quietly.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The Coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching, We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the white whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
All right, there's the intro. So basically, we were caught up in a war that we weren't even in and had to leave Earth. And we are one of the remaining planets, or one of the remaining ships that got out. Freedom Planet, I actually have it for this system. Something happened with that game and I got really kind of bored with it. I don't know what it was. Alright, let's see. Super old guy. That's actually what I started with in when I played it the first time. Or was it this one? Sure. Let's see. Color. You can do basically any color you want. It's ridiculous. So what color do we want? Let's see. Go. Well, I was gonna play. The first time I went there, I went as an old guy, an old man. Okay. Got some scars. I don't think I want any scars. Holes, no. No. Let's go with the faux hawk. Yeah. No, we're not gonna do that. I actually kind of like this one. Oh God, no. Bottom left. That is so anime. Let me keep this one. I didn't want any mustache. I still didn't want any. There we go. Oh yeah, I can change the root and tip color. So basically you can change the hair to whatever you want completely. So the roots I want actually lights. Tips. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna go with red. Yeah. There we go. Eyes. Cat eyes. We can do no pupils, which is terrifying. Actually, kind of like these. What do we got for color 2? That's gray. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Makeup? No. Face paint. I forgot about face paint. Nah, I don't want face paint. Hey, look, see, the cool thing is they actually tell you who voices them.
Ready and willing. Come on. No. So you like rock and roll. We'll work well together, I'm sure. Yeah. Woohoo! We did it! Sorry, but it was you or us. Hey. Hey.
Sounds good. Do it. They didn't ask me my name. I wonder if it's gonna be the same name as the account I made. That'll be hilarious. Oh, here it goes. Maybe. No. Elma.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate.
Totally will.
Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
My name. You know what, we're gonna put in my old name that I use everywhere that people know me by, so works for me.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Show you're still disoriented.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon.
I sure do.
There you go. All right, let's get going.
Man, this game still looks good. Awakening. So the music in this game, you either love it or you hate it. And I seem to love it, so we'll go with that. Take a moment to check the minimap. If you ever stunt, following the yellow arrows to reveal the way forward, though an occasional excursion off the beaten path never hurts. You know what they say about all work and no play after all. I want it on Switch. I was gonna wait to see if they ever did port it to Switch, which I think they should, but they didn't. Look at that long jump. Oh my god, camera, please. Oh. Hey, Pretzel, what's up? Oh, this is for Wii U, so if you have a Wii U, you can get it.
Most of the White Whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't
There you
even
go.
remember the White Whale, do you? You know, the L-002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld.
Good job, Pretzel. Congratulations.
Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves.
This is a song everybody hates. I don't know. I like it. You should get back by targeting an enemy, then drawing your weapon. What do you say we give it a whirl? Here to back you up, so feel free to experiment.
It didn't have to be like this.
Attack from range. Follow me.
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
Flame grenade. Assault hammer.
Oh, toppled him. Nice. So basically, combat is automated, but then you input stuff as you're going.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon.
I will talk about that in a little bit, actually, Pretzel. interested in finding work.
Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job for you. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
So those streams probably are going to be on hold for a while, because it's not because something bad happened. Something is happening with one person right now, so they might come back eventually. Oh, nice. But yeah, they're done for now. Okay, I gotta change this. I gotta remember how to use this gamepad. Settings inverted. What's up, Natic? Alright, so if this, hold on, I'm gonna check something here. Alright. If this overwrites my other save, I'm gonna be very unhappy, but it shouldn't, because I would have this under a different account. My last Wii U game, it might have been when I streamed Pikmin 3. Actually, let's see. So, stability plus 5, attack 4, yeah. Insufficient level, not yeah. I need to be level 3 for it, okay. You gotta keep spamming A there. So those are basically like random items you're just gonna pick up. Sometimes for quests, sometimes for crafting. I don't think they will attack, actually. As long as I don't attack them.
Attack from range. Follow me.
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
Flame grenade.
So you can direct people to do stuff as well.
Now let's go find an opponent. Well, ain't that a kick in the pants?
Yep. It's been a while since I played Wii U. I don't know. Will they attack? I don't think they'll attack unless I attack them. You guys, I don't want to touch, though. Not yet. I really want to go back to Pikmin 3, actually, and do the co-op missions. Because those are just... they're awesome when you can actually play with someone else and get gold. Oh yeah, I have finished Breath of the Wild on Switch. I never streamed it. I wasn't streaming at the time it came out. But yes, I have. Definitely played it, finished it, loved it. Shadow Rise. Okay, so they are going to attack when they see me.
Attack from range. Follow me.
Target in sight! Green edge!
Chrome armor.
Shadow strike!
Flame grenade.
I wasn't close enough.
Hostile neutralized. Switch to close range combat. Upward hand. Sliding slinger.
So some things do better if you're behind or in front.
I should heal us first. Shadow strike. We got him. Let's move.
No, there's no stamina in this. No stamina. Think that pretend that this is less Breath of the Wild and more single-player World of Warcraft. That's the better way to think about it.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
So you can play this online with people if you want. There's specific missions for it. Great. Well, you played 2, didn't you? You didn't try this, did you? This is X.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
There's actually answers to lots of those questions as you play. I would honestly
Call this
not.
planet Mira.
I would not bundle
We won't
the
find it
Xenoblade
on
games
any
together.
star chart. But it's our new home.
Alright, where are we going?
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given
God, this
our
game looks so
options,
good
the high
still.
road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
So basically, the first game, Xenoblade Chronicles, was kind of like a. They wanted it to be this. I think there's fall damage. I don't remember. This game pretty much perfected what the first game did, And then 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it added a whole bunch of extra stuff and was very anime. This one is not. This one is more, I don't know how I can explain it, but it's definitely not like 2 was. Alright, if we want to reach a half time before sundown, we need to pick up the pace, start sprinting. Sprinting is good for times when you need to get somewhere in a hurry, and when you need to break out of an especially hairy situation. So, okay, so there we go. Off the control panel inside of these still huge habitat. Try not to be okay. So you can change the time if you want. And that actually affects many things. I have not played any of those. I played Shadow of War, I think it's called. I got it free with my Xbox One and I did not like it. That big guy down there. Goes. Alright, so that dude's gonna attack us if I go forward, which I'm gonna have to. As long as he doesn't see me, I think we'll be okay. That big guy will not attack us. So you just basically look at the icons near their level and it'll say how they'll attack you. So that guy will attack me on sight. Some people will attack on sound. Some people will attack on movement. Okay, I've got to change something here. First of all, let's save. Probably here. Minimap rotates. That's what I want. So that's actually a question I like to ask sometimes. What do people play with, fixed maps or rotating maps? I use rotating, so I always know wherever I'm going is up. You notice before it was telling me to go east, so it was making me go right on the map, but now I'm always going forward. It's gonna attack us so hard. Can you turn around? Crap. Yeah, we're out. Get out of here. Do not want to attack this guy yet. See ya. Oh my god, that camera's going so slow! I gotta fix that. Man, he is chasing hard. Alright, cool. Yeah, we gotta fix that. That camera was awful. That's a little better. Oops.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least.
It's pretty big, yeah.
That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside.
Hi there.
Rexes. Riled. We can't leave them roaming here. Not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Oh, nice. Switch that. So when you topple something, they can't attack you at all, and you do more damage to them. Hey, Lance, what's up? I completely forgot what the first area is called. Nice, perfect timing. Well, I just made somebody a character that's not me.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile. But they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows, maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
This place is pretty big inside, too. A lot of this game, you can actually get to it if you can see it. Well, if I'm actually... Nice. Soldier. Bodywear, heck yeah. And yes, it actually changes how you look. So the first area is called Primordia. It's right there on the screen. Doesn't have glasses.
Thanks.
Use elevator at the top of the stairs. Bobby open the gates soon. Thanks, great work you guys did killing the monsters. It's pretty big. It does fill up a lot of that. Look at that though. That is ridiculous. And you can go to all that. I remember when I first played this, I just stared out there for so long. I really never played anything like that before. And this is just one area. This is just Primordia. You plan on playing this specific game, not Xenoblade 2? Because this is not 2, this is X. This is the one for Wii U. I played the first Xenoblade. I'm gonna buy the remake on Switch. I didn't like 2. I like the first one and I like this one.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
I am blonde, Lance.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA is our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Alright, that's it. That's a game. So the fun thing is, if you want to play this in HD graphics, you have to download a 10 gigabyte patch, which for Wii U is ridiculous.
Tour of the facilities to refresh your memory. Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
So if you don't download the HD pack, you play in, I think, 480. But if you want, you have to download the HD pack, and it's 10 gig, and you have to put it on a USB drive. Which is why it actually looks as good as it does.
Good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery
2 days ago, ma'am.
our brothers and sisters. I stand here truly
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
for a better NLA and a better
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
So interest. Look puzzled. We're gonna look
Three
puzzled.
of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
This one of the survivors, ma'am?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Chapter 1, New Los Angeles.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm weird. I love the music in this game. A lot of people don't.
Hey!
What is that exactly? I'm not even thinking at the moment. Oh, okay. Then it was what I thought it was. You were saying. Uh-oh. No, no, not boss time. I love that she has the she has an Easter egg to the first game on her. But if you didn't play the first game, you wouldn't know.
Damn it!
I think it's T.
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would you?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt. Hey, look at that. The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
Oops.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-who's? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
I look worried.
Yeah, well that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
Sure.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Rip him.
Hey, listen!
Listen to this.
Okay. Wants me to go over here. Beginning of this game is a little slow, but they're just trying to ease you into it. Well, it's modeled after Los Angeles, like she said, so that's what we get.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs.
Skells are the mechs, by the way,
And this
if you
concludes
didn't
our
know.
tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Lindley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report.
In combat,
I'll be
that's
eager
about
to
it.
hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
I just want you to be able to trust your instincts.
Yes.
Oh. What? Field level skill insufficient. Okay. Come on. The auto run is kind of finicky.
Hey!
Well, ain't that a kick in the pants?
Oh, I guess he talks when you get levels and stuff.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
You level up. Basically, when you find new areas, you get experience.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Ms. Ku. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
I never played RuneScape.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. He seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Ask how we ended up on Mira, ask for more information about Blade, ask about registration.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
I have no idea what that's from, but
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
let's clarify about Blade. Oh, Final Fantasy X? Gotcha. So I actually just picked up my Pro controller because I'm using the gamepad right now and it need a little bit of cleaning, so I'm doing that while they're talking.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ask about registration.
Yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air?
I'll go with
Perhaps a
no
tour of
for
the
that,
administrative district.
actually.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Guided to our Blade Administrative District with Lynn and Alma and learn more about life as a member of Blade. This game's story is actually pretty decent and not very typical. Not really, no. So the story is pretty linear, but it's got some surprises.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Uh-huh. Gaze longingly at the skull or ask what a skull is.
What? You don't remember what a Skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, just... I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Yes, you do eventually get a skull, but the cool thing about this game is that it lets you learn pretty much every possible thing without a skull. And then it's like, all right, here's a skull, go crazy. But then it adds that whole new layer of fighting and traversal and all that. Okay, so that's the online board.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo.
I like my own scale, personally, too.
Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey.
Also, when I meant you get a skull eventually, I actually meant to say you get as many skulls as you want, because you can customize them.
Yes?
Mission control. Blade you can, huh? I see you haven't registered a Blade. Well, if you do register to join division, you'll be able to accept missions right here. You're saying you haven't decided what role you wish to play here in New LA, and that's fine. I believe you'll make a splendid Blade. Yeah.
Yes?
Scout board, it's over here.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
So, co-op... I don't think you can play the main story co-op. You can play other missions co-op. I could be wrong, though.
Hey. So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
A lot of games do.
Hey!
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Yay! So, like for example, Borderlands is one that you could play the story mode together. And they made it better as time went on, where I think starting with 2, you could jump straight up to where somebody else was in a quest if you were close enough. And it's basically you just, if you're not as far along, then you can like host the game and do stuff, and the other person can help you. But then after that, you both can get your quests together. It's basically like an MMO, same thing. Yeah, Tales Symphonia. That one is one where you just play as another character.
Hey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commander.
You cannot.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Shrug your shoulders and shake your head. Will be nice.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah, I'm a cool boy now. So Lynn, she gets annoying in this game.
Now, let's discuss that training.
Just remember that.
We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
Okay.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Wilma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Okay, I'm gonna get a Mining Probe G1, Mining Probe G1, Research Probe G1. Chapter 2, New Frontier. What do we got around here? This is where your skulls are if you buy them. I think, anyway. Oh, it's Genji gloves? Okay. Oh, that's where the skulls are too, I forgot. Let's get out of here. Like I said, this game is pretty linear, but it's got a good story and a ton of side quests you can do.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
That was us.
Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back. But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately, especially how they hunt in packs and all.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Yes, let's.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Two things. I have to go install a probe. Support lead here to tell you the segment map is now available for use. The map displayed on your handheld comm device is a useful tool with lots of info about Mirror. Give it a look if you're unsure of where you are or what to do. So my gamepad now has that on it. In a sec. I forgot how to switch it back. You guys have no sound. Ah, there it is. Okay. So yeah, I can do a lot of stuff here on the gamepad as I'm playing. I don't know if I can bring it up here though. So basically when I switched the sound, I switched it to playing on gamepad. No, he does not. It's whatever name you give him. No, no default name. Yeah, we're not going over there. Escape plane. It is? Oh, this is Primordia. It's a basic area, so it might sound like other things. Escape base camp.
What?
Oh, good. Love those things. Oh, okay.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
What's a tyrant?
The tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
It is nice of him. So you can't just leave it so close to New LA.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
So the thing about Xenoblade Chronicle games is that even new areas, like the newbie areas, have super high level enemies. So you have to be careful. It's just not like, it's not built like a game where your first area has low level things and it keeps getting harder. Everything in every area is a mixed level, so it's just like a real world. You have to really be careful about what you're doing. Engaging a tyrant knows small tasks important to equip your best before charging in, so double check all weapons and gear. I'll make sure your arts are ready to level up. It's the first step to becoming a master. Okay. So what is he anyway? Come on. I just want to target you. Oh crap.
Strength comes from experience.
Okay.
That's true on any.
He's level 5. Alright. Oh, okay, cool. Well, guess we're fighting them.
Appreciate it.
Fire carnival!
Now, melee attacks.
Melee attacks? Ugh.
Shadow strike.
Assault hammer!
Off balance.
Yes! Now tackle it up
Now,
close!
it's my turn.
Home armor!
Pendants destroyed. Move in and strike. Sliding slinger.
Alright, I'm ready to unload on.
Shadow strike.
Ooh, nice.
Now, follow.
So you basically want to hit those and you get better at combat. Nice topple.
All or nothing!
Upper hand. Sliding. Flail the big target. Buff up
She
there.
does.
You're invincible! Go wild!
That's an intense one. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Yes! Now tackle it
Shadow
up close!
strike.
Flame grenade!
So basically you want to wait until that circle goes all the way around.
Assault hammer!
Upper hand. Appreciate it.
Ow.
Home armor!
Ah, didn't get it fast enough.
Healing!
We are awesome!
Nice
And what
work,
weapon was
Flynn.
that?
You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up.
No, there's not collision detection, I think, when you're fighting.
This beam of light indicates a Frontier Nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Can I? I want to launch it.
we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing
All
food.
right.
So anytime you see a probe
Okay, then.
site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Nice.
Always pays off.
Even my cooking got better.
I'm Lao, Pathfinder. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. Plant one simply. Approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press the A button. Requires a mechanical field skill be up to snuff, so don't forget to level it up. All that's left is report back to the base, but first I'll let you in a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a Skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about such things in the future, okay? Alright. That's... Alright, what kind of arts do we have? Alright, so I got 27 battle points. Forgot how much does it cost? I gotta get that at 6. Alright. Spend 4. Okay, what is that? Where does it say that? Assault Hammer drops a cooldown, 4 seconds. Increases damage, gives me better topple. That's alright. Right. Grants critical power. Yeah, why not? Thermal resistance up. Your weapon damage plus versus topple targets boost damage. Yes. This game also deals with an aggro system, so if you don't want to be the tank, you better hope you can drop it some way. Deals thermal damage. I have no skills. Nobody has skills yet. We're not high enough. This route, if you want to go guns blazing, mixes offense defensive, provides HP and melee bonus attack bonuses, well balanced, suited for beginners. This route, if you want to rack up damage, focus on skillful application of damage buffs, provides bonuses to melee accuracy, range accuracy, and evasion. This route, if you want to provide support from afar, offers many range arts and bonuses and range attacking potential, trickery to master, and suited to professionals. So your class tells you what weapons you can use. So this one uses ray guns and knives. This one uses dual guns and dual swords. This one uses the assault rifle and the longsword. But it doesn't give you any bonus stats, I guess. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go Striker when we start. I don't remember what I did with my last game. Soul voices. So you could basically tell them to say different things when certain stuff happens in the game.
It's in your hands now. Strike, and strike hard.
Right. So now on my map, there's like colored stuff that tells you, I forgot what exactly it tells you, but it's useful later on. Let me go collect some stuff here. Oh, hi. You can keep that stuff, thanks. And even though something says it's near your level, its size will actually be difficulty too. So that level 6 giant thing is gonna be a lot more difficult than a regular giant or regular level 6 thing. Gotta be careful what you fight.
Hey.
Oh, I'm supposed to go talk to the secretary. Never mind. Right.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission.
Hey Tyler, how's it going?
That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Yay! That's good.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Nothing really happened, Pretzel. Just ran back.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little miss stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
What divisions?
Pretty much everyone in New
Ballista?
LA
Yeah.
works for Blade, in one of
Sounds about
several
right.
different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
Act alive.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable.
Yeah, I think the red dots are enemies.
Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate.
So which one should I be?
Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
So, no, don't explain. So, when I played last time, I think I played a lot of Pathfinder. And I think it's because you get a bonus to planting new probes. But then once you finish doing that, you change.
Yeah, and we're on pins and needles here.
Alright, so here we go. So, actions that boost division points, planting data probes, discovering locations. So that gives you division points. Division support effect, you get HP support. Actions, this defeats enemies completing missions. You get ranged master. Defeating tyrants and enemies, melee master. Achieving white whale wreckage, planting data probes. You get a drop sensor, whatever that is. Obtaining collectibles, defeating tyrants, you get critical master. I don't really like that one. Finding precious resources, discovering locations, defense support. Leveling up arms manufacturers, earning R&D points, and you get R&D support. And completing missions, training scouted blades. EP support. I think I'm going to go Pathfinder again. Like, Pathfinder and Interceptor are really the two important ones. I think I'm gonna go Pathfinder for now, and like they said, you could change it later.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Yay, I am a Pathfinder.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Alright, search for Nelson's missing team in Southeast Primordia. You get a storage probe and all that stuff. Builders of a Legacy. Officially a Blade now. Congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including shop terminal, AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but I'll get back to you on those later. I wish you could zip back to a place you visited. Well, that's why we have fast travel. It allows you to instantly return to significant landmarks as well as any frontier nav sites that have data probes installed. Just access segment maps to use it. So yeah, that's another reason for installing probes is you can fast travel to them. Arms manufacturers or AM support us from the sidelines by developing new weaponry and gear, and by utilizing their services, we can support them to head to the AM Terminal and Armory Alley to learn more about working with AMs to make new gear. I didn't get into the AM stuff that much. Oh yeah, you can customize the barracks. I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm going to stop this here. We at least got through the tutorials. Ooh, special type of cinnamon, huh? So this UI looks a little bit different than what I remember playing. Huh, that's kind of weird. Ah, there we go. I knew it was too close. Oh. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna raid or not, but I definitely am going to save now. We'll continue this later, but this is going to be a long playthrough. This is a 60+ hour game, and I'll definitely play it for side quests and stuff like that off stream, or maybe Discord streams. I'll save the main story for YouTube. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have not liked and or subbed, please do so. If you are not on Discord, here is the link. There it is. All right, we're gonna load this back up. But yep, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.